Okay, hello everybody. I'm back from the hospital. The doctor said my head is okay. Still got the scar here in my head, but I'm back and better. Just have a headache and need to drink a lot of water and not. I feel kind of dizzy, but I feel okay. So I'm gonna continue reading "The Power of Now: a Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment." Something for soul connections, twin flame, soulmate connections. Talking about ego and soul and stuff, soulmates, and talking about how to break through ego and listen to your heart. Okay, so I'm going to continue from chapter 4, which I was reading yesterday, and I was reading through chapter 4, which was about mind strategies for avoiding the now. Okay, so are you stressed? Are you busy getting into the future? The present is reduced to a means of getting there. Stress is caused by being here, but wanting to be there, or being in the present, but wanting to be in the future. It's a split from the tiers and parts that you inside. To create and live with such an inner split is insane. The fact that everyone else is doing doesn't make you less insane. If you have to, you can move fast, work fast, or even run without projecting yourself into the future, without resisting the present, and you move, work, run, do it totally. Enjoy the flow of energy, the high energy of that moment. Now you're no longer stressed, no longer splitting yourself into just moving, running, working, enjoying it, or even can drop the whole thing and sit into the park bench. When you do, watch your mind. It could say, you should be working. You are wasting time. Observe your mind. Smile at it. Doesn't it past take the great deal of your attention? Do you frequently talk and think about it, either positively or negatively? The great things that you could achieve, your adventurous experiences, or your victim story, that the dreadful things that were done to you, or maybe that the things someone else are your thought process, creating guilt, pride, resentment, anger, regret, or self-pity. There are not only reinforcing a false sense of self, but also helping to accelerate your body's aging process. By creating an accumulation of your past in your psyche, verify this for yourself by observing those around you who have strong tendency to hold on to the past. When you hold on to the past, when you hold that grudge onto the past and not try to move on, you have to heal yourself from those past wounds. By doing that, you ground yourself, do meditation, and think of the things inside your head, like, what can I do to change to make my future better? Because when you hold on to the past, then those past mistakes will keep repeating, like a repeating cycle, which creates karma. And when you don't learn how to let it go, and you don't use your intuition and let that karma keep repeating over and over again, once you realize what's holding you back, setting you back, then you can slowly let it go. By letting go of the things that hold your future, by noticing the patterns of why you're stagnant and stuck, and then you focus on surrounding yourself with positive energy people, or just simply being by yourself. Stay calm, bathe yourself, like take a bath, or find things that help you, like drink some tea, or find things to make yourself a much better person. Reading helps, grounding yourself. And then once you come together in senses and figure out who you are, who you want to become, then you could become a better person, not only for yourself, but for the people that you love. And if you're hiding your true feelings, then not sharing your true self to that person, that they could tell, especially if they have those feelings for you, but you're hiding those feelings, and they can see through the mask that the true feelings that you're hiding. And once you do that, and if you run away and not show your true self, you're just not only hurting yourself, but you're hurting the people around you. Okay,
Where is that? Okay. It says, are you worried? Do you have any? Do you have many what ifs thoughts? Are you identified with what? With your mind, which is projecting itself into imaginary future situations and creating fear. There is no way that you can cope with such a situations because it doesn't exist. It's a mental phantom. You can't stop this health and life quarterings insanity simply by acknowledging the present moment. Because become aware of your breathing. Feel the air following in and out of your body. Feel your inner energies filled. All that you ever had to deal with, cope with in real life as opposed to imaginary mind projections. Is this moment? Ask yourself that problem and have right now, not next year, or tomorrow, or 5 minutes from now. What is wrong with the moment? You can always cope with the now, but you can never cope with the futures, nor do you have to. To answer the strength, the right actions or a resource will be there when you need it. Not before, not after. One day I'll make it. Is your goal taking up so much your attentions that you reduce the present moments to a means to an end? Is it taking the joy out of your doing? What are you waiting to start living? If you develop such a mind pattern, no matter what you achieve or get, the present will never be good enough. The futures will always seem better. A perfect receipt of permanent dissatisfactions and non-fulfillment. Don't you agree? Are you a habitual waiter? How much of your life do you spend waiting? What I call small-scale waiting is waiting in line at the post office, in a traffic jam, at the airport, or waiting for someone to arrive to finish work, or so on. Large-scale waiting is waiting for the next vacations, for a better job, for the children to grow up, for the truly mindfulness relationship, for success, to make money, to be important, to become enlightening. It is not uncommon for people to spend their whole life waiting for to start living. Waiting is a state of mind. Basically, it means that you want to be want the future. You don't want to be present. You don't want what you got, and you want what you haven't got. Either with every kind of waiting, you unconsciously create inner conflict between your here and now, where you don't want to be, and the subjective future where you want to be. This generally reduces the quality of your life by making you lose the present. There is nothing wrong with striving to improve your life situation. You can improve your life situations, but you cannot improve your life. Life is primary. Life is your deepest inner being. It is already whole, complete, perfect. Your life situations consist of your circumstances and your experiences. There is nothing wrong with setting goals and striving to achieve things. The mistake lies in using it as a substitute for feelings of life, for being. The only point of access for this is the now. You are then like an architect. It pays no attention to the foundations of buildings, but spends a lot of time working on the superstructures. For example, many people are waiting for prosperity. I cannot It cannot come in the future when you honor, acknowledge, and fully accept yourself or reality. You are, where you are. You are, you who you are. What you are doing right now. When you fully accept what you have got, you are grateful for what you have got. Grateful for what it is. Grateful for being. Gratitude for the present moments and the fullness of life now is true prosperity. It cannot come in the future. Then, in time, that prosperity is manifested for you in various ways.
If you are dissatisfied with what you've got, or even frustrated or even angry in the present lack, that motivate you to become rich. But even if you make millions, you'll continue to experience the inner condition of lack of deep down, and you'll continue to be unfulfilled. So if you keep continuing just thinking about the job, the money, you won't take that to your grave. But the most thing you'll be missing in your life is love, because true love makes you happy, and it helps you stay focused more, and it helps you be more fulfilled and make you happy. And it is true that when you have true love, it helps you live longer because it helps you heal your heart. And when you hide from that, it gives you more pain, which causes more health conditions, which is very true. And when you hide from it, then you feel unfulfilled. So if you keep staying bottled up that situation, and especially with a third party or anybody that you're staying with that you're unhappy with, it will just make you unfulfilled, and it'll keep making your heart more crumbled, making you more depressed, more sad, or make you become more on, for example, like depression, anxiety pills, or something that will make you more unstable, make you unhappy. So you should always follow your heart. If you know that what you have, and you hide from your feelings, that's what causes you to do more back and forth, more push and pull. That's what the dynamic is going on in real life. When you hide from your true self and who you love, then it just makes the whole situation unhappy, and it makes you unhappy and the person unhappy. So you may be exciting experiences that money can buy, but they come and go. Money always gets burned and comes and go. But love never comes and go. When you fall in love with somebody that's true, that never comes and go. They'll stay with you forever. But money comes and go. But if you stay in a committed relationship with somebody that you love, you can vibe with each other, be happy together. But if you stay with somebody you don't love, you're unhappy, they're either just using you for money, manipulating you, stay around you, or feeling codependent, then you won't be fulfilled. But it's better to stay with somebody that you are more in tune with, and you have more of a connection with, especially you know deep down in your heart you love that person, but you're hiding it from your true self. But they come and go, so and always leave you with an empty feeling and need for further physical, psychological gratification. You won't abide in being by a feel of fullness of life now. That alone is true prosperity. So give up waiting in the state of mind. It's the ego. Let go of the ego and focus more on your heart. Don't battle between heart and ego. Let your heart win, because when the heart wins, then you succeed. You feel more happy in life. You'll be looking less depressed. You'll be less on medications. You'll be less like hiding from people's truth, hiding from your true self, even though the community may know about the true self. But when you hide from your true self, when you know who you are deep down inside and you're hiding from that, you're just not fighting a battle with yourself. You're fighting a battle also with the people around you, because you're making them confused in who you are. So you won't be able to abide by being full of life now. That alone is true prosperity. So give up on waiting state of mind. Snap out of it. Come into the present moment. Don't think about the past. Just think about the present moment, how you can move on and fix the issue. Just being and enjoy being. If you're present, that is never a need for you to waiting for anything. So next time somebody says sorry to have to keep you waiting, you can reply, "That's all right. I was waiting. I was just standing here by myself, enjoying by myself. There are just a few things in habitual mind strategies for denying the present moment that are part of an ordinary unconsciousness. They are easy to overlook because they are so much a part of normal living. The background static of perpetual discontent, but there are more practical monitoring an inner mental emotional state. The easier it will be to know when you have been trapped in the past or future, which is to say unconscious, and be awakened out of the dream of time into the present, but aware of the false unhappy self. Based on mind identification, the ego lives on time. It knows the present moment in its death and feels very threatened by it. So when you feel like you feel pulled to someone, especially if that other person feels pulled towards you, and you're hiding and you're not fulfilling your void by fulfilling your happiness and your true love based on the ego by hiding who you are, then you're going to be unhappy. You're going to make the whole relationship unhappy. When it's more based on money or manipulation or using someone else for money and having someone stay there for codependency, it'll make your life feel miserable because you're still left with no love, true love. And the person knows that if there's not they're hiding from their true love. It will also can take you out of it. It will try to keep you trapped in time.
The inner purpose of your life journey. I can see the truth of what you are saying, but I still think that we must have purpose on our life and journey. Otherwise, we just drift. And purpose means future, doesn't it? How do we know, or how do we reconcile that with living in the present? When you are on the journey, it is certainly helpful to know where you are going, or at least the general directions and with which you are moving. But don't forget, the only thing that is ultimately real about your journey is the steps that you are taking at this moment. That's all there is. Your life journey has the outer purpose and an inner purpose. The outer purpose is to arrive to your goals and destinations, to accomplish what you set out to do, to achieve this or that, which of course implies futures. But if your destination or the steps you are going to take in the futures takes up much of your intentions that they become more important to you than the steps you are taking now, then you completely miss the journey inner purpose, which has nothing to do with where you are going or what you are doing, but everything to do with how. It has nothing to do with the features, but everything to do with the qualities of your consciousness at this moment. For outer purpose belongs to the horizontal dimensions of space and time. The inner purpose concerns of the deepening of your being in the vertical dimensions of the timeless. Now, your outer journeys has contained 1,000,000 steps. Your inner journeys only has one. The steps you are taking right now, as you become more deeply aware of this one steps, you realize that it already contains with itself all the other steps as the destinations. This one step then becomes transformed into expressions of perfections and activate beauties and quality. It will have taken you into being, and the light of being will shine through it. This is both the purpose and fulfillment of your inner journey, the journey into yourself. Does it matter whether we achieve our outer purpose, whether we succeed or fail in the world? It will matter to you as long as you haven't realized your inner purpose. After that, the outer purpose is just a game that you may continue to play with simply because you enjoyed it. It is also possible to fail completely in your outer purpose and at the same time totally succeed in your inner purpose. or the other way around, which is actually more common, outer riches and inner poverties, or to gain the will and lost your soul, as Jesus put it. Ultimately, of course, every outer purpose is doomed to fail sooner or later, simply because it is subjected to the law of the impermanence of all things. The sooner you realize that your outer purpose cannot give you the lasting fulfillment, the better. When you have seen the limitations of your outer purpose, you give up your realistic expectations. That should make you happy and you make the subservient to your inner purpose. The past cannot survive in your presence. You mentioned in the thinking or talking about the past unnecessarily is one of the ways in which we avoid the present. But apart from the past that we remember the perhaps identify with, isn't there another level of past within us that is much more deep-seated? I am talking about the unconscious past that conditions our lives, especially through early childhood experiences, perhaps even past life experiences. And then there is our cultural conditioning, which has to do with where we live geographically and historical time period in which we live. All these things determine how we see the world, how we reach what we think, what kind of relationships we have, how we live our lives. How could we ever become conscious of all that or get rid of it? How long would that take? And even if you did, what would there be left? What is left when illusions end? There is no need to investigate in the unconscious past in the except as it manifests at this moment as a thought, an emotion, and desire, and reactions, or an external, even the happiness to you. Whatever you need to know about the unconscious past in you. The challenges of the present will bring it out. If you delve into the past, it will becomes a bottomless pit. There is always more. You may think that you need more time to understand the past or become free of it. In other words, that the future will eventually free from the past. This is delusion. Only the present can free you from the past. More time cannot free you from time. Access to the power of now. That is the key.
What is the power of now? None other than the power of your presence, your conscious, liberated from other thoughts of forms. So deal with the past and the present of the level present. The more attention you give to the past, the more you give energy to it, and the more likely you are making a self of it. Don't misunderstand attention as essential, but not to past. Give attention to the present. Give attention to your behavior, your reactions, your moods, your thoughts, your emotions, fears, and desires as they occur in the present. There's the past in you. If you can be present enough to watch those things, not critically or analytically, but not judgmentally, then you are dealing with the past and dissolving it through the power of your presence. You cannot find yourself by going into the past. You find yourself by coming into the present. It isn't helpful to understand to the past, so why understand why we do certain things? We react in certain ways and why we unconsciously create one particular kind of drama, patterns, relationships, and so on. As you become more conscious of your present reality, you may suddenly get certain insights of why a conditioning functions in those particular ways. For example, why your relationships follow certain patterns, and you may remember things that happened in the past or see them more clearly. That is fine and be helpful, but it is not essential. What is essential is your conscious presence that dissolves into the past. That is the transformation. So don't seek to understand the past, but be present as you can. Think about what's in the present. It's more important to think about that than the past. The past cannot survive in your presence. It can survive in your absence. So to close this chapter off, so what we learn from this is do not think about the past and dwell on the present, and fix your present life by focusing on fixing patterns, behaviors, emotions from the past, and think more about the behaviors and the people that are living in your illusionary world. Stop becoming stagnant and focus more on like what's now, on how to fix it by focusing on who is manipulating you, who is there just to learn lessons and help you break out of those patterns, and focus more on the positive in your life instead of the negative. Focus on the people that are around you, surrounded by you in your energy, like who brings you positive energy balance and who brings you down, who keeps drawing you back into the same absent energy that keeps you stagnant. And more on use your intuition, make the presence known of who is using you and who is not, and know who is the true soul family and who's there for you and always thinking about you. And know that there's people out there that love you, and know that who is not loving you, who's just using you just for convenience or codependency or money or something like that out there. And once you learn how to grow and understand those behavior patterns of your past traumas, then you'll be able to learn how to grow as a better person and learn better in relationships and not keeping the same behavior, toxic cycle patterns. And learning how to love yourself truly. Once you learn how to love yourself and know who you are as a true person and not hiding from your true self, then you'll be able to become a better person for not just for yourself, but for the relationships that you're willing to have and become in the future. And that's what I learned from this chapter. Okay, have a good day, everybody. See you in chapter 4. Bye-bye. Or chapter 5.